probably don't need to tell you how impactful the original Doom games are, and if I do, you might as well be living under a rock. Doom is the classic shooter that still holds up to this day, not only in terms of gameplay, music, or pixel graphics, but also in its community modifications. There are plenty of mods available that introduce maps, weapons, enemies, and so much more. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to 3 of my favorite mods. Let's start off with Eradication TC. This is a total conversion that throws you right into a secret xenomorph colony on planetoid LV-426. Eradication includes 8 custom-built levels, and they are packed with content. You can expect to find industrial space facilities, xenomorph-infested rooms, combat arenas, claustrophobic vents, and secrets. The first level alone took me 20 minutes to complete, and I didn't even thoroughly explore every nook and cranny. In terms of gameplay, you're offered 4 classes to choose from. They each have their own campaign, starting gear, playstyles, and enemy encounters. The colonist is the most vulnerable, starting with just a pistol and no armor. Get out of here! Your goal as a colonist is to survive and escape. It's best to use other friendly colonists and environmental hazards to succeed. The mercenary begins with a pump-action shotgun, pulse rifle, and 100 armor. As a space pirate, your objective is to loot intel and other valuables from the Wayland Yutani-owned site. And speaking of the Yutani operative's objective is to kill any witnesses, and is given a flamethrower, drones, facehugger-proof helmet, and 100 armor to do so. And lastly, the combat synthetics priorities are to restore order to the colony and eliminate all aliens. Synth begins with an auto-targeting smart gun, 200 armor, and a complete map of each level. In addition, facehuggers won't insta-kill you since you are not alive. However, you can only heal at specific repair stations, which have a recharge period. This one is my personal favorite.
Just take a closer look.
Reminds me of Arnold from the Terminator and the Predator. On the topic of Predator, you'll be seeing some of those in Aliens Eradication too. Xenomorphs come in a few varieties: the warrior, chestburster, facehugger, dog, spitter, and queen. They all bleed corrosive acid, attack in swarms, and require thought in order to best. Eradication TC provides a complete, unique, and lengthy experience full of tension, action, and atmosphere. Next on the list is Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. The name of the mod says it all. This is an 8-bit styled Mega Man fangame that has FPS deathmatch at the core of its gameplay. The game takes place after the events of Mega Man 6. Mr. X decides to host another robot tournament, and the evil Dr. Wowie enters his robots and challenges Dr. Light to stop him. Light sends a player, Maestro, along with Mega Man and his other robots, to compete in the tournament. In order to win, you're provided with plenty of power-ups and weapons. The weapons, of course, are the various Robot Master abilities from the source material, and each has unique properties. The range of weapon projectiles and damage allows for weapon preferences. I really like Flash Bomb, as it deals massive damage in a focused area. You start off at a lab hub where you can access matches, bosses, and cutscenes. You can interact with the various NPCs here. They also have unique dialogue depending on the weather. Another nice touch is the mail you can receive. There are currently 13 episodes, including multiple maps from across almost all of the classic Mega Man games, and each map features music, theming, and hazards. In addition, there are unique cutscenes and challenging boss battles as you progress. It took me quite a few tries to get past some of these bosses. There are many hours of gameplay in just a single-player campaign, and the gameplay is occasionally shuffled with the addition of new game modes. For example, in some episodes you work alongside allies. There's also an episode where a viral infection grants your enemies an advantage. You can also join online or multiplayer matches, which are more challenging and engaging than playing against predictable AI. The short, fast-paced matches of Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch are a great way of having quick fun. Right now, the game has basically everything from the classic series, and a cutscene hints at Mega Man X content being added, but that was back in late 2020. Now I've saved the best for last. Sonic Robo Blast 2 radically changes the Doom engine to perfectly incorporate Sonic's fast-paced platformer gameplay. Everything about Sonic Robo Blast 2 is authentic to the classics. There are a few characters you can choose from who have their own abilities and alternative level travel options. You have the standard characters Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, along with new bonus unlockable characters Amy, Fang the Sniper, or Knuckles depending on who you ask, and Metal Sonic. There are 8 zones with 2 acts and a boss each. They have their own gimmicks, layout, music, and badniks. The current final boss is literally a direct reference to Metal Robotnik from the Sonic OVA. You can also access special stages by collecting tokens hidden throughout levels. The special stages play exactly like Sega's Nights into Dreams, which is another nice reference. Successfully completing a special stage earns you a Chaos Emerald, and 7 Chaos Emeralds turns you super. Robo Blast 2 also has an active modding community where you can get lots of great mods that add new characters, maps, and more. Here's a neat character mod that adds a cactus. And here's a shadow mod played on a recreation of Sonic 06. A lot of these modded characters and maps are really high quality stuff, and playing with them brings in so much more fun. Everything about Sonic Robo Blast 2 works well. The gameplay is fun, the music is catchy, the art style is unique, and the community is very active. The game definitely feels finished, even though there are a couple of new additions that are still in development. I should also add there is a popular kart racing version of the game. And what about Sonic Robo Blast 1? Well...
"'Cause you frickin' fricks just can't ever be quenched! Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they? You frickin' fricks! When will you learn? When will you learn?"
But to be serious, Robo Blast 1 was one of the first Sonic fan games. Not soon after came Robo Blast 2. Robo Blast 2 looked and played quite differently back then, and the game has grown bigger and better since then. As a fan of Doom and its modding scene, these 3 mods are the ones I constantly find myself returning to. The free download links are in the description, so I highly recommend checking them out. And while you're down there, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video to help the channel grow. I want to give thanks to all of you who watched this video, and to my Patreon supporters who